If you've been playing guitar for a bit, you're probably like most guitarists and you've hit a point where you've plateaued, where you feel like you've stopped getting better. This is totally normal because when starting from scratch, there's nowhere to go but up. You usually experience a very rapid development the first few months that you play guitar. But after a bit, it feels like the same amount of practice time just doesn't amount to as much as it did in the beginning. The good news is there's very common reasons for this plateauing effect, and the fixes are actually quite easy. In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 common reasons you're not getting better at guitar and show you the easy fixes you can apply today to solve this issue. And make sure to stick around to the end of the video where I'll talk about a bonus issue that once I fixed for myself had a huge impact on my playing. So if that sounds good for you, grab your guitar and let's go. Alright, so the first issue is pretty obvious. You're either not practicing at all or you're not practicing enough. Only you can answer this question because you're the one who knows how much you practice and whether you're actually applying yourself or just going through the motions. And there's really no rule of thumb as to how much time you need to spend practicing, but what's worked well for me is to make sure that I'm at least practicing more days than I'm not. So I want to make sure I'm at least practicing guitar 4 of 7 days a week. And the amount of time you spend practicing really depends on this second issue that I see all the time. And that brings us to issue number 2, you're not practicing correctly. So you might be thinking right now that reason number 1 doesn't apply to you. You practice 7 days a week, you sit there for hours at a time. But if you're not using your practice time efficiently and effectively, it doesn't matter how much time you spend. So one of the most common issues I see is that your practice time is not directed towards a specific purpose. So what I recommend is having a weekly goal in mind and using each session of your practice time towards achieving that goal. A lot of people spend their practice time just going over and over the same things that they already kind of know how to play. And while that can be somewhat effective in short amounts, if you're not actively seeking new goals and new frontiers to your guitar playing, you're going to be stuck in the same spot. So what I recommend is each week find something that you're interested in playing, whether it's a cool lick that you find on YouTube, or a new scale pattern you want to memorize, or even a part or a whole song that you want to learn, and focus a big chunk of each practice session towards achieving that goal. You'll be surprised how much adding variety to your playing really helps you improve quickly. It also opens your eyes to new areas where you need to improve. And while you're learning new things, make sure you're playing these passages correctly at a slower pace before you increase the tempo. You don't want to lock in incorrect or bad habits. So for example, if I'm trying to learn a minor pentatonic pattern like this, I'm going to start that pattern slowly. And I'm going to make sure I'm playing it correctly. And then as I gradually speed up, I might notice that there's some sticking points where maybe I'm not picking correctly. So for example, in this pattern, I start getting a little sloppy when I'm skipping the B string and going to the high E string. So that's a sticking point in my technique. And I might not notice it when I'm playing slowly, but as I start increasing the speed, I start noticing that when I come back to the G string, I'm missing some notes. So I'm going to take the pace back down to where this issue initially starts occurring. Which is right about there. It starts getting a little sloppy, and I'm going to focus at that speed on just playing that part properly until I can get it more accurate, and then I'll incorporate that part back into the whole while also still just focusing on the sticking points. And in the long run, this is going to be much more effective than just trying to play the whole passage over as fast as you can over and over again. Because when you hit a sticking point, the more times you repeat it in your practice, the more it gets ingrained in your brain that this is the proper way to play it. And then you're going to start incorporating bad habits into your playing. The next reason you're not improving is you don't understand why you're playing what you are playing. And this is pretty common in self-taught guitarists, where you might learn a song and a solo, and you've memorized the riff and you've memorized the solo, but maybe you don't understand why the scale is being played with this particular riff or chord progression. So it's really important to supplement your technique with some theory. So for example, we might know the minor pentatonic scale in the first position. And we might even practice it in that position a lot, but we might not know why these notes are spaced in the intervals that they're spaced. We may not know that the minor pentatonic is called a pentatonic scale because it's made of 5 notes. We also might not know that the intervals between notes of the minor pentatonic are root note, minor third, whole step, minor third, whole step. And while these are not crucial to your ability to memorize or play the minor pentatonic, they can come in quite useful when you're playing in different spots around the neck or writing your own solos. So I recommend when you're learning your new material each week or so, try to understand why the chords or notes that you're playing are being played the way they are, what scale they're using, what position they're using, and a little bit of the theory of why you're doing what you're doing. A great simple resource for this is this Guitar Theory for Dummies book. It's really a surface level explanation of guitar theory that goes into a lot of different topics. And it's also a great resource to refresh your memory if it's been a while since you've studied theory. The next reason you're not getting better at guitar is because you're not maintaining your guitar properly. Guitars that are not set up and maintained properly are usually not fun to play. And if you're not having fun, you're not going to want to practice. One of the main issues with a not properly set up guitar is really high action. And if you have high action on your guitar, it's going to make it more difficult to play, which is going to make you not want to play, and it's also going to make it more difficult for you to progress. And what's worse is most guitars that you buy from a store haven't been set up properly ever. A lot of times when they come from the factory, they'll set the action purposefully a little higher, and this is so they can make sure that there's not a lot of fret buzzing or bottoming out without having to do a proper setup before they send it out the door. So the first thing I do when I get a new guitar is always do a setup on it. And I have a video on this, I'll put a link in the description, but if you're not comfortable doing it yourself, spend the money to take it to a guitar shop and have them properly set up your guitar. It might suck to spend $100 right after you shelled out money for a new guitar, but it's well worth the investment. Another thing that's going to make it not fun for you to play your guitar and make you not want to practice is having a sticky fretboard and old rusted abrasive strings. So make sure you're cleaning your fretboard with a proper cleaner and change your strings before they get gnarly and rusty. And a good tip to extend the life of your strings is to always wash your hands before you play guitar. The oils and dirt from your fingers are naturally corrosive to your strings. And the next reason you're not getting better at guitar is you're not playing with other musicians or playing to a set tempo. A lot of times if you're just sitting on your couch playing a riff, you might feel like you have it nailed, but if your internal clock is not accurate, you may be playing more difficult parts for you a little bit slower than the rest and tricking yourself into thinking you're playing it properly. One of the best ways to fix this issue is to play with other musicians, and really the only way to get good at playing with other musicians is to actually do it, but not everyone has access to this type of situation. So a great substitute is to play it along with a recorded song. So for example, if you want to learn how to play Black Dog by Led Zeppelin, learn the parts slowly, and then when you get up to speed, you can play along with the record. You may notice that when you're playing along with the record, the spots that you thought you had nailed before might not be so perfect. And if you're not quite there to playing up to the speed of the record, or you really want to listen into the nuances of your playing, a good substitute for this is to play along with a metronome. And if you don't have a metronome at home, you can also get a metronome app, or you can also just Google metronome, and there's a lot of websites that have working metronomes on their homepage. All right, and so since you made it this far, I'm going to give you one bonus reason that you're not getting better at guitar. And figuring this out for myself and fixing it made a world of difference for me. And that's that you're not pushing yourself enough. When you're learning new parts on guitar, you should be pushing the edge of your ability. So I'm not recommending that you play super technical stuff that's beyond your capabilities at this point, but when you're learning new parts, make sure it's something that makes you feel uncomfortable and that you have a difficult time playing at first. Very simply put, if you're not pushing your limits, you're not getting better. So when you're finding new stuff to learn, you should be thinking that maybe you don't know if you can actually play this part. And if when you're first learning, you can play it at maybe 80%, 75% speed properly, that's about the spot you should be to be pushing your limits. But always make sure that you're playing accurately before you increase the speed. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked the lesson. I hope it gave you some ideas on how you can improve yourself and get over that plateau. And if you appreciate this content, remember to like and subscribe. And also check out my website, scottobryanguitar.com. I have a beginner guitar lesson up there, which takes you from scratch, like never having played guitar before, all the way up to rock and roll proficiency in 10 easy to follow videos with some cool songs to learn along the way. And I also have my new punk rock guitar course, which covers a variety of rhythm and lead punk style guitar techniques in a short, like 5 to 10 minute video format. So you can really go in any order and pick and choose what you want to learn. And I'll see you guys next time.